Using primary weapons in Destiny 2 has fallen out of fashion, and using two of them in the same loadout is borderline crazy. Even though there are double primary loadouts that are encouraged by design in the game, like Mida Multi-Tool and Mini-Tool, or Sturm and Drang, using two primaries just isn't as effective as using a special weapon and a primary weapon. Or is it? Introducing the Steelfeather Repeater, which is an auto rifle that can get a new perk called Osmosis and Ricochet rounds. This is quite a fearsome combo because by using your grenade, you convert the Steelfeather to an arc element. And if you hurt yourself with Ricochet rounds, you are hurting yourself with arc damage, which will power up the Risk Runner SMG. As you can see, I'm going to shoot myself and nothing happens. But as soon as I use my grenade, because I'm playing an arc subclass and that's how Osmosis works, what do you know? Arc damage, and now I have Risk Runner powered. If you look at this loadout on the surface, you might think it's inferior because it doesn't contain a sniper, shotgun, or fusion rifle for one-hit kill capabilities. And while this is true, you're trading off that potential instead to wipe an entire team a little bit easier with Risk Runner on demand. Yes, I'm also aware that you could just throw an arc grenade at your feet, but what if you want to run arc bolts? What if you want to run some other kind of grenade that makes self-damage a little more difficult? Not to mention, you could also use the grenade to damage your opponents instead of yourself, at the trade-off of a special weapon. If you want a lot of crowd control, the Top Tree Stormcaller definitely fits the bill, but if you want to use something like the Getaway Artist Exotic Gauntlets, where you can convert your grenade into an arc bodyguard, a little autonomous turret that shoots people and does auto rifle-like damage on your shoulder, then the Steelfeather Risk Runner combo absolutely makes this playstyle possible. You're sacrificing a special weapon so that you can have Risk Runner on demand while also having a turret for better 1v1 duels. I'm not saying you're going to win every Rumble match with this, but definitely when Iron Banner rolls around, you might consider using chaining arc bolt grenades with the ability to proc Risk Runner on demand. Now that I've explained the build, I'm just going to talk about the highlight clips going on in the background, where after all the highlights play, I will leave you to a full gameplay with this build in play. On its own, the Steelfeather Repeater is a respectable primary, but not as easy to use as something like a hand cannon, because in order to win duels, you have to laser your opponent and trace them as perfectly as you can. In this case, a Lord of Wolves was pushing me, so I just decided to strafe it out. Here, I had too many people aiming a snipe at me, so I toss a grenade to push them back and soften them up for my teammates, and sit in a Sanguine Alchemy Rift so I can see people through the walls. When I think it is the time to push, I'm going to hurt myself with Arc Steelfeather and power up Risk Runner to get an easy double. Then snap aim between them so that I can make sure I'm putting in damage, flinch them, that sort of thing. Here, I'm already powered up. Someone else had mistakenly put on an arc weapon, and they both get deleted. Keep in mind that when Risk Runner is active, you actually get some damage resistance against other arc weapons, so if they power you up, it's going to take them longer to kill you, and it's going to take you less time to kill them, so you can absolutely deal with multiple targets. Here, I didn't think to switch to my auto rifle before I tossed my grenade. That would have allowed me to power up Risk Runner one more time, but as you can see here, I just don't need it. It is a laser when you have the aim to do so. Of course, Stormcaller, blink through, trying to avoid the Arbalist, make myself a hard target, and get out of his line of sight, knowing that I can chain the arc to his teammates. Now here, I'm setting up the rift so that when I hurt myself, I'm still full health. Using Sanguine to prioritize my targets. This guy is floating in the air. Was not honestly expecting that, but it really doesn't matter when I'm sitting in a rift and have a gun with better time to kill. Here, I avoid the snipe, close out that angle, and actually, I think ricochet that hunter off the wall because he dodged into the corner, outduel a last word with an SMG. And here we are at the gameplay. I'm going to let this one go out. I play very, passive isn't the right word, I'm going to say safe with the double primary loadout, knowing that around any corner, somebody could just push me with a shotgun and it's game over. So I try my best to have intelligent spacing when I use these kind of builds, and to also only push when I have my Sanguine, my grenades, all my utility, so that I can wipe the entire team at once. Also, if I don't mention it now, I'm gonna see it in the comment section. Holy shit, that guy got melted. But the Devil's Ruin sidearm is out, and from what I can see so far, it looks pretty good. Drewski did an amazing job on the review, so check that out if you're curious whatsoever. I'm going to try to get the sidearm in a timely fashion and get some gameplay with it, maybe my thoughts on it very soon. But for now, my priority in the next day or two is going to be to the AGDQ Speedrun Marathon. For those who don't know what that is, AGDQ stands for Awesome Games Done Quick, and speedrunning is basically completing a video game as fast as possible within a given set of restrictions. And so this charity marathon is going to show speedruns of all sorts of different video games being completed as fast as possible, with Destiny 2 being one of those games. Tomorrow, that is, clicking my calendar real quick, Thursday, January 9th, somewhere between 8 and 11 p.m., depending on how far ahead or behind the marathon is on schedule, Dado Does Destiny, myself, are casting a Last Wish raid speedrun. So be there, please. It's going to be a good watch. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed the rest of this gameplay, and I will try to get some more videos to you this week in a timely fashion.
Zone advantage is yours. Zone B captured. Power play. Keep the pressure on. Your advantage grows. Stay strong. Zone A lost. Zone B lost. Yes! 3 down! Fantastic work! Zone B captured. You have advantage. Zone C lost. Zone A captured. You have advantage. Down. Your legend grows. You're breaking them. Double down. A fire team that fights together stays together. 5 minutes left. Keep it up. You captured Zone C. Power play. Keep the pressure on. Zone A lost. Good. Show your enemy what a real fight looks like. More, Guardian! Minutes. Hold strong, and this battle is yours. Zone A captured. Sound tactics bring victory.